Good, beautiful morning, everybody. Welcome to Shortcuts for Your Soul. It is Monday, October the 23rd, 2023. I have today with me the energy of the Ascended, who want to talk with you about the dimensions that you know, the ones that you actually are consciously aware of, dimensions that you know. When they came in to discuss it, they said the reason it was important that you become aware of the dimensions you know allows you to reach the boundaries and expand your consciousness beyond what you know into what you do not know. As what you do not know is responsible for all that is providing you with the wisdom and knowledge and information you require in learning creation. So I was really excited to hear them say that. And I'm looking forward to how this will go this morning. We're going to wait a few minutes before everybody comes on. These next few weeks are going to prove very, very, very beneficial or detrimental, depending upon what you choose to make your focus in your consciousness, in your mind. So these energies coming in from the sun, humans cannot manipulate and control that. They can alter it and change it through certain mechanical and scientific innovations to various degrees, but not to the degrees and extents nor on the dimensions that you can produce any lasting or significant changes. Please stay really hydrated in these next 4 or 5 weeks. You should stay really hydrated normally anyway. You also want to keep your body grounded. And if you want to know about grounding and what grounding is all about, then check out a video called Earthing on YouTube. It will tell you all about the function of grounding. So please check that out. Stay properly hydrated. Get out in the sun. Do not be afraid of the sun, which gives life to this planet. It's so funny that you've been conditioned to be afraid of the sun. They have you slather your body in toxic chemicals to keep you safe. Well, I can assure you, if you understand the function of the sun, if you understand what it is giving you every moment you're in it, you're not going to be resistant to it. But because of your fear, the sun affects you accordingly. The energy that we are receiving from the sun will affect each of us in the way that we're receiving. So I want to say good morning to everybody on TikTok, on Facebook, on YouTube. And this is a beautiful time we are alive, this time of ascension, where you have the chance to elevate your consciousness, expand your consciousness beyond what you know, right? Good morning. What we got here? Let's take a look. Hi, Kira. Good morning, Drusilla. Oh, I'm glad you got hit with higher light last night. There's a lot of it coming right now. Good morning. Yes. This process of ascension, and awakening is one that must be undertaken consciously. You will not, without the use of your own will, awaken yourself. Without the use of your own will, you cannot awaken. You can be brought to a state of consciousness through the assistance and guidance of others, but you of your own will must pick up your consciousness and carry it to a higher state of being. When we came to this one this morning, our discussions was on the dimensions that you know, dimensions of consciousness that you know you live in, dimensions of consciousness that you know you have authority over, or you at least ought to know that you have authority over these dimensions of consciousness. These 4 dimensions of consciousness that we will discuss with you today are responsible for the manufacturing of all of your experiences, whether they be considered good or not so good. These 4 dimensions and how you interact with them as a consciousness determines what you experience as products of creation through the efforts and interaction you have with time, space, and matter, as well as the non-physical dimensions we will discuss. The first dimension that you live on, which is the easiest for all of you to recognize you exist on this dimension is the physical dimension, the dimension of your physical body, where you experience the realm of information and frequency on the physical dimension. These realms of frequency are perceived through the mechanisms of your body through sight, sound, touch, taste, and smell. It is easy for you to switch from one sense to another. You can switch from your eyes to your nose. You can switch your awareness from your nose to your fingers. You can switch your awareness to taste from touch. Your consciousness is able to work individually through each of these senses and holistically. That is, your consciousness is capable of receiving information through all 5 of your physical senses, understanding and interpreting that information. This is the first dimension that you know you live on and exist in, is the physical dimension. But it is only one dimension of your consciousness that allows you to comprehend and apprehend this physical dimension and the events that occur within it, and your ability to react and respond to them. The second dimension that you live on is the dimension of thought. The dimension of thought. The dimension of thought is an invisible dimension. You cannot see it with your physical eyes. You cannot see it or hear it with your physical ears. You cannot touch it with your physical hands. You cannot smell it with your physical nose. The dimension of thought is an invisible dimension, not perceivable to the physical senses, but causative to them. In other words, your thoughts can affect the function of your biology, your 5 physical senses, the dimension which we said is the first one that you are consciously existing in. So thought is the invisible dimension, the second dimension that you live upon consciously. Many of you are aware of your thoughts, your memories, your emotions, the things that you anticipate, which all exist in the invisible world of thought. The invisible world of thought is causative to the visible world of matter. That is, the nature, the quality, the degree, the extent to which you use a particular thought or series of thoughts determines causal relationships and effects in your physical dimension. What you think in your mind's eye will affect the physical dimension. That is the second dimension that you consciously live on. But unfortunately, you do not believe that you have the same level of authority and control over your thought realm as you do over your physical realm. Many of you have mistakenly believed that the physical realm is exclusively the realm that you exist in, and nothing can be further from the truth. From the perspective of your physical body, the physical world is the only dimension that this physical body that you live in can exist in. At this time, it is possible, with enough knowledge and understanding, to alter and change the frequency of biology so as to make it invisible to the physical world. What some of you have called the ascension of some of your masters, the great masters Buddha, Elijah, Jesus, and Moses, are a few small examples of those who have elevated the physical nature into another dimension of experience and expression. While most of you are unfamiliar with these concepts, it can easily be understood that your thoughts when you think something can and does affect the way in which your body feels. So you are conscious to some degree that you exist in this invisible realm of thought. The invisible realm of thought is designed by nature to follow your direction and instruction in the same fashion that your body is designed to follow your instruction. That is, if you ask your body to raise a hand, it shall raise a hand. If you ask your body to smile, it will smile. If you ask your body to dance, it will dance. You have a level of authority and autonomy over how your body exists in any given moment. From the realm of thought, that is equally true. in that your thought will indeed and does influence the function of your biology. These two primary dimensions are the dimensions that most humans stay on exclusively, some of you for many lifetimes, not recognizing the nature of what you are as consciousness, as awareness. This brings us to the third dimension upon which you live, but very few of you consider exploring. It is the dimension of awareness. The dimension of awareness. From the perspective of the dimension of awareness, you can observe thought. You can observe the world through the five physical senses. You are in a realm of perception that allows you to begin to open up or access to realms of information, knowledge, and understanding beyond the five physical senses. Your awareness can comprehend and apprehend the nature and quality of thought, the nature and quality of things. And through that process of awareness, you can make certain decisions in your awareness about what a thing is or what a thing is not, what a thought means or what a thought doesn't mean. In the realm of awareness, you are in a place where you may evaluate the nature and quality of your thinking mind and the nature and quality of your biological entity, that form that you are currently using to exist in this physical dimension for the time frame in which you've decided to be here. These are the three primary dimensions upon which you all exist. We will go to the fourth dimension in which you live, but over which very few of you have any, or at very least, limited control over this dimension. It is the dimension of energy, which we also call, in the definition of the human personality, emotion. The function of emotion, which is energy. Very few of you understand or comprehend this level of your consciousness, or even how through your awareness to utilize the energy of emotion sufficiently enough so as to be more proficient in what you will create in terms of experiences in this physical dimension. It is important that you understand that emotion is a separate dimension, thought is a separate dimension, the body is a separate dimension, your awareness is a separate dimension. But like the fingers on your hand, they are designed to work together under the direction of your awareness, or what we call your soul, which is the fifth dimension, your soul. In understanding the nature and structure of your emotion, you can begin to utilize and change the structure of emotion to be in a function that is more serving towards life than suffering. In the spectrum of emotion, there are only two realms of expression from which emotion can produce experiences that you call your life. The one expression is that of fear and the many different shades or spectrum of fear. The other dimension of emotion is the dimension of love and the spectrum of love. Each has its lowest vibration and highest vibration of itself. The function of fear at its most profoundly low vibration is destruction. The function of fear at its lowest vibration is predominantly destruction. The function of fear at its highest vibration is mild irritation. That is the highest frequency of fear, is mild irritation to destruction and many different shades of this consciousness in between. The dimension of love has its lowest and highest. That is contentment. Contentment is the lowest vibration of the function of love. Whereas pure creation, conscious creation is at its highest function. The function of love at its highest vibrational frequency is creation. And there are many different variations and subtle layers to love, from the lowest of its vibrational frequency to the highest state of its expression, which is creation. So you see, in the functions of energy, there is this spectrum from destruction to creation, and each and every one of you exist in that spectrum. And each and every one of you from the perspective of awareness and consciousness, can choose to change or move anywhere across this experiential realm of energy. You can move from destruction to creation. You can move from creation to destruction. You can move into joy. You can move into depression or sadness. You, as awareness, have the capacity to gain the knowledge and wisdom in how to utilize emotional energy. Even emotion, which can be perceived as destructive, through the use of your awareness, can be trained or taught. You can change energy from one state into another. The vibration of destruction can indeed be consciously transformed into the vibration of creation. It can only be done consciously. Many of you are stuck mostly in the realm of emotion, in the lower vibrational spectrums of fear, to the higher vibrational spectrums of fear, which we call irritation, frustration, annoyance. There are higher vibrational manifestations of this substance called energy, which we call also emotion, and there are lower vibrational aspects of it. You know that you live in these dimensions. All of you know that you live in a body. It is not you, but you exist through it to experience this dimension of physical reality. You know also this invisible realm of thought that you exist in. You exist in this invisible realm of thought. You are aware of it, but you are not it. You are aware of your body, but you are not it. You have thoughts and you have a body. From the perspective of awareness, you do not have to remain subjective to either mind, which is thought, or body, which is matter. The third element, awareness, that allows you to apprehend and comprehend the physical and mental dimensions, or the thought realm of information. You can move your awareness along the spectrum of from matter to the realm of thought, which is invisible stuff or structure of energy not yet formed into experience. Your awareness can move itself up and down from body to mind to body to mind. You may do this deliberately or intentionally. Many of you are simply bouncing back and forth between your minds and bodies, unaware that you even have the ability to choose that you can be in your body, be in your mind, or be in neither. From the perspective of awareness, you can observe thought. You can observe memory. You can observe emotion, which allows you to know the structure of energy with which you are creating your experiences. Emotion organizes and coordinates matter, time, space into experiences. Your use of emotion coordinates time, space, and matter into your experiences. Emotion, like the realm of thought, is an invisible substance that becomes visible when it is brought down into the physical or mental dimensions. It becomes perceivable to your awareness as thoughts, ideas, images, and considerations. And in that sense, it seems to be visible to you, but it is not visible to the rest of the world that cannot read your thoughts, because thoughts are in an invisible realm, tuned to your unique frequency, of course. But thought will affect body. So emotion coordinates the function of thought and biology, emotion, over which, with your awareness, you can begin to assert authority through the use of your conscious awareness, your soul. Awareness allows you to comprehend and apprehend certain events, situations, thoughts are unfolding, that you have certain thoughts, you have certain emotions that you are aware of, certain conditions in your body that you're aware of. You can become aware of those, but through the function of your soul, which utilizes free will and reason and imagination to employ the manifestation of specific thoughts into precise manifestations that affect matter, time, and space. And there's not one condition or situation in your experience in this physical dimension that does not have its roots in the nature and quality of the emotions that you harness or identify yourself with. You can identify with an emotion, and you might think that you are the emotion, but you are not the emotion. You are simply allowing yourself to get connected to and slip into the emotion, much the same way you can slip into a Halloween costume, much the way you can slip into your body or move to your mind. This place of awareness allows you to become aware of what is happening with your physical dimension, what is occurring in your mental realm, the dimension of the thought, what is occurring in the realm of energy, or what nature and quality of emotions are you generating? What are you creating with your emotions? As soul becoming aware of what you are perceiving, you can alter and change thought, emotion, memory, and biology through the act of your independent will, which is the fourth realm or dimension upon which you exist. Soul. You are a spirit of universal light or love. Many of you are stuck in predominantly the physical dimension as being the only means from which you can recognize or believe you can recognize what you are. Many of you are confused about this physical dimension, believing that it is the only source of who and what you are. And let us clarify right now that your body is not the source of who you are. It is the instrument through which you express what you are. The mental faculties, that is your personality constructed by this environment, your thought world, the informational construct that makes up your personality, is not who you are either. And the emotions that are generated from this personality construct are not who you are either. But many of you believe that you are your thoughts, that you are these emotions, that you are that body. Many of you believe that that's what you are. You are not these things. They are facets of energy and consciousness that you utilize in the function of creation, or at least learning the function of creation, or learning the function of destruction. Living from the energy of love, or living from the energy of fear. You do not have any other choices of energy to choose from other than the spectrum of love or the spectrum of fear. These spectrums of love and fear exist on the physical dimension, what you call fight or flight or survival. It exists in the thought realm as the nature and quality of your thoughts, which can be based in an experience of joy or suffering. In the realm of your awareness, you can perceive or apprehend what state or condition of thought and what energy your thought is generating. When you become aware of the nature and quality of the energy that thoughts generate, you may begin to become conscious and deliberate in what you will choose to allow your mind to think upon. The information that you are mostly perceiving is not what defines you. It's your attachment to what you believe that defines your experience of what you are creating. And you may make the error that your experience is the ultimate outcome of who you are. That is, your biological, emotional, and psychological perception of yourself may mistakenly be defined as what you are exclusively, and then you feel bound by the contents of your own mind and the emotions that those thoughts, that content of your mind generates, the effects it has on your physical world and the conditions in which you live. And you may wrongfully believe that that is exclusively the nature of what you are. But we are here to clarify today that you are not your body, but you have a responsibility over this instrument in which you find yourself hearing these words. And you exist in this realm of thought, but you're not bound or confined to the structure or nature of thought once you recognize your awareness is something that is independent of your thought, independent of your body, but comprehending both simultaneously. That your awareness can evaluate the nature and quality of the emotions that your thoughts generate. And that through the use of your will, your soul, your consciousness, being aware of what you're being aware of, and then being willing to change certain qualities of thoughts, to change the nature and quality of the energy that you're manufacturing, creating, you're experiencing with. You only have two choices of energy in this physical dimension. And the spectrum that these qualities of energy provide for you, that is fear and love. There are only these two manifestations, fear and love, and the many different degrees from the high to the low of each. When we came to this one this morning, we simply wanted to clarify, or at least give you the opportunity to clarify in your own consciousness, in your own mind, that you have a body. It is not who you are. It is an instrument to be utilized in your function of creation, comprehending how you create. You have this element of thought, the invisible realm of thought that you know you live in, then the invisible realm of emotion or energy that you use to create experiences in this dimension with, the realm, the level of awareness. And while these four elements, from body to soul, these four-dimensional realms of information, creation, and experience, are not the only dimensions. There are higher frequencies still than this. The realm of the quantum, which your sciences are beginning to understand from the perspective of the physical dimension, recognizing that certain functions of physiology, of time, space, and matter, are indeed influenced from a different realm of consciousness or information that is not readily comprehensible to your five physical senses, but which can become comprehensible to your awareness. In other words, you can comprehend that there is this point of information and energy beyond what you know in your mind, but which you can know in your soul when you learn to differentiate your awareness. When you learn to differentiate your awareness from body, from thought, from emotion, from awareness, you can suddenly take a broader perspective and realize there is a realm of perception that exists outside of what you currently know. And that from this realm of perception, which is beyond what you know, you can draw what you do not know into the realm of what you know. That is, you can bring into your mind information, idea, wisdom, knowledge, information from other realms of consciousness that are not of the dimensions that you currently are able to perceive. But you may draw from this invisible realm of the unknown, which so many of you have done. All of your human innovations are products of drawing from the realm of the unknown and bringing that which is invisible into the visible spectrum of experience. We hope that you understand these simple things and take pause to begin the process of evaluating these realms of consciousness that you are aware that you exist in, but which you know are not the only source of your existence. We hope that you realize that your body is simply an instrument designed by nature to follow your direction and instruction. It is not the locus of your identity, but a point of time and space and matter, this dimensional realm of matter, time, and space, through which you can express through that physical form certain qualities of energy and action and creation. We hope you understand from today that the realm of thought is not the source or the locus of your identity. It is simply the containment field in which the acquired information you have gathered through this lifetime and many others is stored in the field of thought. And that you are not your thoughts. You are the awareness of thoughts. Thoughts and biology are not what define you. You are what define thought and biology. When you come to the place in consciousness where you recognize you can change thought and that you can also change emotion through your awareness, recognize you are not your emotions. Your emotions are elements of energy that you've created and are experiencing. Or somebody has given you ideas and information that create those elements of energetic experience for you. You can listen to somebody telling you something very scary and find yourself in fear. But the fear is a product of the information being received. And much of you received information that is based in fear, as many of you also received information based in love. In understanding that your awareness allows you to comprehend and apprehend what is occurring in your physical world, the realm of thought, the realm of emotion, that your awareness allows you to become aware or familiar with the nature and quality of emotion, thought, and conditions of matter, that through your awareness, you can then begin to use your soul or your functional consciousness to make adjustments to the nature and quality of the thoughts, the memories, the emotions, and the information you've garnered from this lifetime and many others. You are not bound exclusively to the physical body as being the source of your identity. It is not the source of your identity. Your identity is of consciousness. Your emotions are not the source of your identity. They are manufactured elements of energy that are produced by the nature and quality of thoughts that you generate or have received. Your awareness is simply the element of your consciousness that you can perceive what is occurring in thought, in emotion, in matter, from which you as awareness can begin to evaluate what thoughts, what emotions, what physical experiences are occurring, and what is it I can do to begin the process of changing these thoughts, these emotions, these memories, the information that you believe is the only source of who you are. That personality that you think you are is but a small fragment of the wonderful consciousness that you truly are, beyond the scope of the perceivable. And in order to move beyond the scope of the perceivable, you must learn to differentiate your consciousness, your soul, from the exclusivity of matter, the exclusivity of thought, the exclusivity of emotional qualities. Begin to awaken this time you're in now on this physical dimension. At this particular point of time and space that you're experiencing, there is great energy entering and intruding into your system, from which you may draw to create experiences that will elevate you up to the higher spectrums of love and the joy of creation, or lower you down into the depths of destruction. You only have these two choices in terms of creative direction: love or fear. Each in and of itself is neither good nor bad, but each in and of itself produces very specific structures of experience in time, space, matter, thought. So it is our hope that you will awaken to some degree today from what has been said, that you will comprehend and understand that your body and your mind are not who you are. They are simply instruments through which you are gaining the experience, practically speaking, of how to create, to be a creating intelligence in a universe filled with such wonders of creation. And you are but one species among trillions throughout the existence of life, throughout many spectrums and dimensions of consciousness. You are but one small perspective of an infinite spectrum of being and consciousness. But for this process of learning that you're in right now, you have great opportunity to, again, experience the deepest elements of destruction or the highest functions of love. You are free to choose. Your will is free in this regard. Do not let your will become enslaved to a will that would cause you to suffer, unless, of course, that is your choice to suffer. For you may choose to be in fear, and you may choose to be in love, and we will not interfere in your choice to live in either fear or love. You yourself must come to the understanding of what is the mechanism of your liberation. What is the mechanism of your liberation? How you shall use your thought, how you shall use your body, how you shall use your energy or emotion to create experience, to become familiar with the function of creation. That is your birthright, that you are a creating intelligence. We thank you for the time and the patience that you've taken from this brief lifetime that you're in to hear these words. And we hope that some of you have awakened sufficiently from what has been said, that you are beginning to evaluate the thoughts that are in your mind, from where they came, the nature and quality of emotions that thoughts create, to evaluate understanding that certain thoughts will create specific emotional conditions within your biology, which in turn will create very specific conditions in your biology. as emotion organizes all conditions of matter. Emotion organizes all conditions of matter, whether that emotion is fear or love. The substance, the energy of emotion, is organizing all of your experiences of time, space, and matter. And you, dear soul, as you awaken to the truth that you can alter and change the structure of energy through the use of thought, through the use of image, through the use of idea, can liberate yourself from needless and unnecessary suffering, unless, of course, you are choosing to suffer, as many of you are doing so by default, allowing the beliefs and the ideas of others to be the guideposts that you follow into your misery. But that is a choice too. We encourage you to awaken. We give grace to this one that allows us to speak through him. And we give grace to all of those who placed ears to hear, who had eyes to see what was presented today. Wow. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate that. For those of you that are wondering, that was a group called The Ascended. And they've been with me for about 3 years now. There's several collectives that speak through me. And for those of you, again, my name is William Forbes. I'm a spiritual medium. And being a spiritual medium is a gift that everyone possesses, but which remains unopened by so many of us. The ability to access and acquire information beyond what you know is natural. You can, by teaching your mind and body to be in a different state, you can begin to free yourself from your mind and from your body to access and gain information beyond what you know. It's what they tell me all the time. You can learn to gain information beyond what you know so that you can change your life, because you can't change your life with what you already know. You can only create more of what you already know. So I'm really grateful that they're with us, and I'm really grateful that you guys were here today. I will take a few questions. Yes. Good morning. Lots of questions. Hello, soul family. Yes. Oh, somebody's saying there, yes, you can teach your own brain. Absolutely true. Good day, everybody. Thank you for the hearts and the happy faces and the cowboy hats and all that neat stuff. And again, if you have a question today, use the super chat or the Linktree feature in my bio on TikTok so that I can get the questions. There's a lot of questions coming today, and that's going to be, I'm told it's going to be trending upward. The number of questions will be coming in, will be getting higher. If you want to book a one-on-one session with me, connect to your guides and your angels or loved ones and get more information and direction from your life from what you don't know, then go to my website, williammichaelforbes.com, and you can book a reading with me in the shop. You can book a reading there. But let's see what we got here. Questions, curiosities. We got this. Here we go. I find you so calming to watch. Yeah, their energy is really amazing. It's a fascinating thing when you encounter, the energy of Master Jesus, for example, is the most beautiful energy, the energy of Master Buddha, the energy of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be unto him. His energy, the energy of all of our masters, is the energy and the function of love. The religions that were created after them have done a terrible job of accurately reflecting the truth of what they intended, which to teach you the function of love. What is the function of love? Religions were built on top of the foundation of these great masters to manipulate, control the many by the control of a few. And I'm told this all the time. That control is about to collapse. This control that's been asserted over humanity by these dark ones is about to collapse. So, and that'll be a really good thing. But yeah, it's a pretty fascinating thing. Calming. I feel that way whenever their energy comes close to me. I feel myself ascending, but there's still fear holding me back. Oh, for those of you that are dealing with a lot of fear, and you know your fear is not who you are. Remember, so many people are thinking their body is what defines them. Your body is not you. It is an instrument. It's a device that you acquired when you came through the doorway of the invisible into the realm of the visible. Your body is just an instrument, like a car that you use. And how you treat your vehicle is going to determine how well you learn in this world. Treat your body with love, because it's the body you're in is the only one that you have. There will never be another body like you're in right now. It's a one of a kind in all of existent creation. Your body that you're in right now is one of a kind. You are a Rembrandt. You are a Picasso. That biology is it's a wonderful instrument. Honor it. Cherish it. Treat it with love and respect and kindness, right? Because it's what we used to be here, right? Calm. Awareness of our fear. There's somebody saying here, awareness of this fear is our first step of transmuting it into love. That's absolutely true, Crystal. The moment you become, what they were saying earlier, the moment you become aware of thought, you have authority then to change thought. The moment you become aware, thank you so much. The moment you become aware of emotion, you can begin to make changes. Yeah, you can change fear. You can actually change the energy of fear into love. You can change the energy of love into fear. Energy can't be created or destroyed. It can only be changed from one state to another. Emotion is energy in this physical dimension. Emotion organizes all conditions of matter. My guardian angel, John, told me that almost 5 years ago. He said, William, emotion is the fifth state of energy, and it coordinates all forms of matter, time, and space below it. Thought, solids, liquids, gases, all of the elements of matter are controlled and directed by emotion. Think about when you're breathing. You're controlling all five elements just through the act of breathing. But emotion controls matter. Emotion controls and organizes matter. Yeah, once you know, there's a simple way to change your fear too. Someone's asking how to overcome this fear. Great question, really simple answer. What most people do to overcome their fear is they ignore it, or they suppress it, or they medicate it. The simplest way to transform fear from fear into love is by applying love to the fear. So turn your attention to your fear wherever it lives. It lives in your body. All emotions reside in your body. Fear and love coexist in creation, but you may be more focused on one. So wherever that fear is in your body, turn your attention to the fear, the anxiety, or depression. Doesn't matter what the emotion is. The moment you're aware of any form of a lower vibrational energy, fear, because depression is on the vibrational spectrum of fear. Rage is on the vibrational spectrum of fear. Sadness is on the vibrational spectrum of fear. All the fear has its spectrum of emotion, and love has its spectrum of emotion or energy. So you turn to your fear and you say to the fear, these thoughts, you think these thoughts to fear, because thoughts create energy. Thoughts create energy. They tell me this all the time. Thoughts create energy. They create this state of energy from one to another. So you take the thought form, this thought form, and direct it to your fear. I'm with you. I love you. I will not ignore you. You think that thought, that sequence of thoughts into your fear, and the energy of your fear will begin to undergo a change. The moment you think a different energy, a different thought quality into an emotion, the emotion will begin a process of transformation. Where most people fall short is they start a process of saying to their fear, I'm with you, I love you, I'll take care of you, you're perfectly safe with me. And the energy starts to change, and then they stop. Then they go back to the fear. Oh my God, what's going to happen next? They go back into the fear, which creates more of it. Each will create after its own kind. Fear will create more fear. Love will create more love. So even if there's a state of fear and you apply love to it, you begin a process of changing that energy of love into a vibration of fear. Isn't that simple? So do that. If you're feeling fear or anxiousness right now, turn to your fear and anxiousness. Bring your awareness to it and think these thoughts to it. I'm with you. I love you. I will take care of you, even if I don't understand you. There's very specific thoughts that will restructure energy in the form of fear into a different state, just as there's different thought forms that can restructure the energy of love into a different state. If you get suddenly angry and frustrated, you're feeling really good, but somebody upsets you, and now you leave that vibration of love and you go into the vibration of fear. The vibration of love gets transmuted by the fear, and vice versa. You must become conscious, they tell me. You must become conscious and aware of the nature and quality of your thoughts so that you can become more articulate in the manufacturing of your experiences. Really cool, eh? Yeah, I'm here. Question from Tiffany. What is going on with itchy skin? Is there anything I can do for this? Thank you very much. Hydration is really important, Tiffany. A lot of people are chronically dehydrated and aren't even aware of it. A lot of people are chronically dehydrated and are not even aware of it. Right? You might also want to talk to the itchy skin instead of being irritated with it, right? Because that's where your skin's irritation originates from, right? Because there's a part of you that's irritated inside. And your body can only reflect what's going on within you. Your body is not there to bother you. Your body's there to reveal to you what you're hiding from yourself. In this case, the irritation. Turn your attention to the irritation right now, Tiffany. Turn your attention to the irritation in your skin. Place your hand over that place of irritation and communicate to that irritation, I'm willing to take care of you. Just communicate that to the irritation, I'm willing to take care of you, and watch what happens to how it feels. Thought creates structures of energy. The thought, I'm willing to take care of you, creates an energy that's nurturing and caring. The thought of, oh, I don't like this, is frustrating, creates the energy of frustration. So you want to, this is all rudimentary, basic information that we all need to learn and understand. And they'll continue to bring this information through to us as long as we're open and receptive to receiving it. But yeah, turn your attention to your irritation and start caring about it. Stop attacking it. Stop being afraid of it. Because fear creates more of itself, just as love creates more of itself. Thank you. Should we move forward with building this house? And will we be okay financially? Let go of all of your fear. You must understand that the function of your fear is very specific and precise in the conditions that it will manufacture for you, as equally as your excitement and your enthusiasm will bring about the manufacturing of certain conditions that you will experience. So from our perspective, each and every one of you have free will to choose to engage or indulge in qualities of thought that generate qualities of energy, that generate qualities of experience. So go forward in your delightful adventure, your blissful joy towards having a new home, knowing full well that your joy will sustain and create conditions that joy creates, as equally as your fear will create the conditions that fear creates. Love and fear create very specifically after their own kind. Love and joy create specifically after their own kind. And you have the awareness and the will to begin the process of deliberately and consciously selecting and choosing what emotion, what thought shall you utilize in your process of learning to develop your ability to create. It becomes very simple in that respect. Yes, indeed. Then you have to learn how to sustain a quality of creation, to maintain it, to stay in, irrespective of what conditions appear to be around you, to sustain the production of the energy of joy and excitement and enthusiasm, irrespective of anything unlike it that comes up, and then be willing to extend your love to that which you do not like, for you will transform that as well. Coolio. That's correct. Hi, my first time watching. What's this topic about? This topic is about the 4 dimensions the dimensions that you know that you live on, the dimensions that you as a consciousness know you live on. They were talking about the body is the first dimension of consciousness. You know you have a body. You can feel it. You can experience what its senses do. The second dimension that we live on that's invisible is thought. Everybody knows they have thought, they have memory, they have emotion, but it's the invisible realm of information. The visible realm and the invisible realm. The third dimension that you know you live on is awareness. You know you can be aware of what thoughts are in your mind, which is invisible, and you can be aware of the physical things, what your body's feeling or sensing. So you can move your awareness from a physical dimension to the non-physical dimension. Those first three dimensions of body, thought, and awareness are the first three primary dimensions. Then there's the dimension of emotion or energy that thought organizes and restructures. Thought and emotion reorganize and restructure matter, time, and space. Emotion organizes the conditions of all matter that you experience. So it was a channeling given by a group called the Ascended that have been with me for about 4 years. They call themselves the Ascended. They're a collection of enlightened masters and ascended beings that understand the function of creation from a very different perspective than we do, living in this physical dimension of time, space, and matter. So I hope that answers your question. Yes, it is. Someone saying, I'm scared that if I align myself with who I am, then my entire life is about to change. Well, isn't that wonderful? What Crystal just said here. If I start to align myself to love, then my entire life will begin to change. Yes, you will go from what you know to what you do not know. And that's what most people fear. They go into fear about what they don't know. But if you're coming from an energy of excitement and love and curiosity and playfulness, these spectral expressions of the energy of love will create very specific conditions, and your life will change. The moment you begin to deliberately and intentionally change your thoughts, which alter your emotions, you then start to create a new experience. The world around you reacts and responds to the energy that you put through your body, whether that energy is love or fear. For the experiences of love and the experiences of fear follow the exact same process of creation, but differ in the nature and quality of their manifestation. In other words, the functions of fear are often perceived as uncomfortable and painful, whereas the functions of love are perceived as pleasurable and exciting. But not from the perspective of the physical body, which can confuse pleasure and its function. Many of you can find yourself getting caught up in physical sensations that are good for the body, but may not be good for your creating process. Yes, thank you. And that's who's answering your questions, is the Ascended. Hi there. Someone said, I get up early to watch this. That's wonderful. Someone saying, knowing to align with who you truly are is letting go to what serves you. You are the creator. You're not a victim here. There are no victims unless you believe you are, and that's just a belief. Thank you for that question, Tiffany. Let's keep going here. Question from Diane. Would awareness use thoughts or emotion or energy to heal the physical? Awareness allows you to apprehend the thoughts that you're using. Awareness allows you to apprehend the thoughts and emotions you're creating. Your soul, once you become aware, you as a soul can begin to modify or change thoughts, which modifies and changes energy, which modifies and changes matter. So if I'm in a state of joy right now, my body is going through a chemical change right now. There's a natural chemical change, even by the act of smiling, that happens in this body. And when you start to realize that, then once you start to become aware of thoughts, emotions, memories that are of a lower vibrational state, you can change them. It's really, really important. Yes, you can heal your body with the vibration of love. You can make your body diseased with a vibration of fear. Emotion organizes all of our experiences. In our Masterclass series, they go into great detail in instructing us and teaching us how to awaken your soul. how to become the creator that you are, how to liberate yourself from being subjective to your mind and body, to learn how to teach your mind and body to be what you need them to be and not what the world is programmed into believing you are supposed to be. You're not who you think you are. You are what you think. And unfortunately, most of what you think has been given to you by this world. And so it makes it very difficult for you to differentiate yourself from your thoughts because you believe your thoughts are you. Your thoughts are not you. Your thoughts are information you've acquired or been given. And once you start to realize that, you can start to change. You don't have to keep your thoughts the way they are. You can change them. Stop it. Stop being stuck. Don't be stuck. Question from Mary. I'm at the end of my rope with my partner. Our differences seem irreconcilable. I'm so tired of trying. Help, please. Well, it sounds like you're making a change in your creative expression. Many of you think that when a relationship ends, that something fundamentally is wrong. We will say this to you. Every aspect of your life is a product of creation and how you utilize the mechanisms of creation. If you have come to the conclusion that a condition in your life is not desirable, then you will, by nature of that choice, begin a process of creating conditions that are more desirable. As you're saying, I do not want this, I do not want this, I do not want this. And so now what you do not want begins to leave, and what you want starts to come into play. Again, what you perceive as irreconcilable differences from our perspective is simply not understanding the facets of creation that are involved in the process, and that both individuals in a relationship must come to an awareness that thought is creative. The nature and quality of your thoughts about yourself and the other precipitate and evolve the conditions in which the relationship will expand or contract. And every relationship and every experience in your life follows this process of how you utilize thought towards yourself, towards the world, towards others. These affect creative changes in your experiences. So do not be disappointed if a relationship ends. Understand that you have created something different, as equally as have they. You cannot exclude yourself from the process of creation. Likewise, you may both come to an understanding of how to evaluate what are you thinking and what this thinking is creating, and make a decision if this thinking is something you wish to hold on to or not. And once you make the decision, I will not hold on to these thoughts that cause me to suffer. I'm not engaged in the thoughts of suffering that this other person carries either. Then your life will change accordingly. Your relationships will change to match the nature and quality of your own decision making and how those decisions affect your energy, which affect your actions, your speech, and the information that you acquire. Wow, great question, Mary. Oh, thank you for that. Those gift badges, I really appreciate it. Someone saying, I just wish. Hi, Sean is saying, I just wish I knew how to do what he's saying. I'd be ready to take my test to be a doc. Well, thank you very much, Sean. If you want to get ready, if you want to learn what is being said here, not just hear it, but learn it, go to my website, williammichaelforbes.com. Sign up for our master classes. We have our Masterclass 102 Liberation, which begins November the 18th. We're already a week into our Masterclass 101, but you do not need to have taken the 101 to join in the Masterclass 102, which will facilitate a deeper understanding of learning the distinctions between your mind, your body, your emotions, and your awareness, and put you in a position where you can learn to transform and transmute lower vibrational emotions and memories into a higher frequency. You can change fear into, you can transform energy from one state to another. You know, that which is good can become bad, that which is bad can become good because of the process of the transmutation of energy. And the Ascended Masters that teach the class through me and our other instructors, these beings will give you the knowledge, the wisdom, and the experience of how to change your emotions and your thoughts, and to know that you are the one able to do it, to no longer be dependent on the external world to be that which gives you your thinking thoughts, right? Which most people get their thoughts from from television and radio and the outside world. Very few people go inside to that place of infinite information. Imagine that. There's a door inside you. There's a gateway of consciousness within you that can allow you to access information that you do not know you know. But that information that you do not know will give you a new life. So yeah, sign up for the masterclasses, Sean. Don't waste any time. Get signed up now. Will my oldest daughter remarry? I'm getting a no, not at this time. But it will come. I'm getting 18 months. I'm getting the number 18. So that feels like 18 months. 18 months. 18 months. That it can happen in 18 months. Within the next 18 months, if she's willing to receive love, if she's willing to receive love, and she's willing to be loved. Because what you be, you will see. What you're being, you'll be seeing, right? If you're being afraid, you'll be seeing fearful things. If you're being loved, you'll see incredible things. But yeah, that's what I get. Oh, thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Yeah, it is a lot to absorb. That's why when they downloaded these courses to us and they said, this is what you're going to teach, this is how you're going to teach, and we will teach it through you. When that happened, it was quite remarkable watching us go from a conventional life to this whole other world of experience, awareness, and understanding that's available to everybody. But one of the most important things for me is the exposure to the information repeatedly, right? Your mind, your body likes diversity, it likes change and transformation. A lot of people don't want to take the time to go through the limits of the body, which likes change, right? But being able to sit down and absorb and receive the information directly from the ascended masters, the guides, the angels that are teaching it, makes a huge difference. When you experience their energy, it's pretty phenomenal. And you'll know, because when you experience a different energy, you know it. It's like, the alcoholic, when they drink alcohol, they change their energy. And they drink alcohol to change their energy because they have not learned how to change their own energy. So they depend on something outside of themselves. All addiction is based upon people not knowing how to change their own energy or change their own thoughts. So when you get exposed to this information in a learning environment, you'll no longer be subjective to your suffering anymore. Your mind and body will become your servants, not your master, which is what Master Jesus tells me all the time. People have to learn that the mind and body are supposed to be the servants, not the master. The mind and body are supposed to be your servants, not your master, right? But come sign up for the program. Get absorbed. Get into an immersive environment. Someone's saying, why do I feel so empty inside and lonely? What can I do to change that? Stop emphasizing it. Like right now, turn to that party that's feeling lonely, Basia. Turn your attention to the part that feels lonely. Turn your attention to the part that feels lonely and say to it, I am with you. Communicate that thought to that loneliness. I am with you. And you're going to feel that loneliness shift almost instantly. Just communicate that thought to that feeling of loneliness. I am with you. And watch the energy shift and change. Again, applying a process once, you can have an experience. When you apply it consistently, you begin to live that way. And what Basia is saying, a lot of people are going through this place, I'm alone by myself. No, your mind and body might feel isolated and separate, but your way in interacting with them can change that. Why do you think some of these Buddhist monks, some of these gurus, some of these masters in the East can live in caves for decades without people being around them, be in isolation? It's because they know they are not alone. Their mind and body don't determine who they are. They know there's these realms of conscious information and energy that they can access at will. There's realms of information. There are beings, guides, angels. You're not alone. They are around you. And you can learn to access and connect and commune with these beings that are here to assist you. So do that, Basia. Like, turn to that loneliness inside and say, I'm with you. You're not alone. I am with you. And you'll feel it change instantly. Emotion is just your energy in motion. And your energy is put into motion because you got thoughts and ideas about what being alone is. And you keep dwelling on them, so you create more of it. Right? You're never alone. None of you are ever alone. You're never alone. I'm so grateful. I did not know this as well as I know this for these last 5 years, because most of my life I felt a lot like what you're saying. I'm alone. I'm by myself. I'm isolated, right? And that became a real source of pain until my guardian angels started speaking to me. When John spoke to me the first time, and the last 5 years when they start all coming through, I'm never alone under any situation or circumstances. I'm never alone. The body can be isolated, put in a cell or a cage, but you're never alone in consciousness. The body can be isolated, but you are never alone, ever. You need to learn to connect your guides and angels. Take our Masterclass series and learn to do that. Thank you for the roses. I really appreciate it, guys. Somebody's saying, Tiffany, my husband just tested for the thing. Anything from spirit that I should pay attention to? Yes, Tiffany, get him to put into his ears, get an eyedropper and put a 3% solution of hydrogen peroxide into his ear. Each ear. Let him put it in his ear for about 5 minutes until the bubbling stops. Then do the other ear. 3% solution of hydrogen peroxide. The pathogens, okay? And I'm talking from personal experience. That anytime I start to get even feel a tingle or any scratchiness or anything, I put hydrogen peroxide in my ears, right? 3% solution of hydrogen peroxide in the ears. Make certain it's 3% solution. It will work. The pathogens that get into the throat and the sinuses come in through the ears. They incubate in your ears. Take out your headsets. Don't listen to your headsets so often. If you create an environment that these pathogens can grow and propagate, you're going to get sick. Your ears are meant to be open, not closed. We got this headphone society, right? Yeah, do that for him, Tiffany. Get him to do that. Get him to do that and keep it in the ear until the bubbling stops. And if the bubbling's still going, then do the other and then do it again. And do that twice a day. And I guarantee you that what you're calling will be gone, right? It has to get into the ears, then it goes into the nose, then it goes into the chest. Ear, nose, throat, chest. That's the way these things go. From my personal experience, that's the way I've experienced it. That's the way I've shut it down, by killing the pathogens at the source, right? Very good. Question from, hi, Lidette. You're new here. Hello, Michael. Any message from my guides with this constant feeling of anxiety I'm having? Yes. Yes, there is. Someone's telling me to tell you to stop attacking your anxiety. Start to extend your love and your kindness. Be kind to the part of you that is afraid. Your fear is not who you are. It's a manufacturing of certain qualities of energy that you perceive as the frequency of fear. Turn your attention to your fear right now. Turn your attention to your anxiety. Bring yourself to it and say to it, I am with you. I will not ignore you. I will take care of you. Communicate these structures of thought to your anxiety, and your anxiety will receive the structure of energy that these thoughts create. And the anxiety receiving this energy will change and transform. The moment you introduce a new energy into a quality or structure of energy, that energy begins to immediately and automatically go through a change. So turn your attention to your anxiety. Stop trying to get rid of it and attacking it and fleeing from it. It is an aspect of the self that is calling for you to give it love, to give that aspect of your being the love that it requires. Many of you are trying to find love in this world as physical sensation, as addictive sensation. But love is a function and a quality of consciousness that transforms and transmutes fear and suffering automatically, even within yourself. Do not be so quick to garner support and information from this world unless you can experience that what you receive does indeed transform you. A gift should be given to you that when you receive it, it changes you. In this case, the gift of love, of turning to that anxiety and saying, I am with you. I love you. I will not ignore you, even if I do not understand you. And the extension of your love, because these structures of thought are an extension of a frequency of love. They create that frequency of energy. And that frequency of energy goes into the anxiety and changes it. It changes it. Wow. He says he's been with you for a long time. He calls himself Arbak, Arebak. That's what he calls himself, Ledette. Wow, that's really cool. Drusilla is saying, thank you, Drusilla. Oh, got a super chat here. Super chat from Susie. Good morning. Can you tell me if my aunt will be okay? They're laughing. You'll never not be okay in the bigger scheme of your consciousness. In the bigger scheme of her consciousness, she shall always be. She shall always be. Understand that the conditions of matter, time, and space are functionally that they will always undergo transformation and change. The function of matter is that it is always and ever will be changing. That each lifetime is only necessary for the duration and time that it exists for you to acquire a certain level of information and knowledge on your journey, in this case, on her journey, to understand the function of creation. If she understands that she can interact with her mind and body in such a fashion, she can induce changes in them that would be more favorable than the existing conditions that she's currently struggling with. But this requires an act of her volition, where her will, that is, if an individual is unconscious, then the will of yourself or another can be utilized to induce change into the consciousness of another individual's biological conditions. Your thoughts and your energy can induce changes in the function of others' biology. That is, if you are worried about your aunt, then you're communicating the energy of fear to her. If you're excited about the journey she's on, you will communicate a very different energy for her. But the functions of thought are very specific in the nature of quality of the emotional conditions they will produce. Each and every thought creates an energy. Each and every thought that you hold in your mind that you've been given from this world creates its own energy relevant to that specific quality of thought. So too, the emotional qualities also begin to manufacture and exist. Wendy is saying, I take meds for low thyroid that give me dry skin. What can I say to my body to reprogram? Great question, Wendy. Again, your body is affected by two dimensions. It's affected by environment, and it's affected by thought. And I'm being told to tell you that the condition of your thyroid is because of sustained anxiety that you've been exposing yourself from. That this condition is because of sustained anxiety you've been exposing your body to. And that sustained anxiety is also a product of some thoughts you're having in your mind, but also from something you brought over from another lifetime. But a simple application for you right now for your thyroid is to take both hands, to place them over the thyroid, to bring your light into your thyroid. Shokure, to bring your light, your love into the thyroid, to bring yourself in gratitude for its great functions for you and your body, to extend to it the energy that will give it more life. Love is the energy of life. Fear is the energy of destruction. Understand they have different functions in terms of what they will create. But please, dear one, take the time to go into the energetic relationship with your thyroid that will promote the transformation and change in the conditions of that biology. Understanding that your body by nature is designed to do whatever it is that you would think it to do. By nature, it is designed that way. It is also designed to do what it's been told to think. Your body will do what it's been told to believe and told to think, and it will create corresponding conditions. Wow. That's really cool. Yeah. Oh, that's very, very true. Um, I'm super spiritual, so I'm glad I found this. Thank you. For those of you that are new to the channel, we go live every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday on TikTok, YouTube, and Facebook. The goal that my purpose and reason for existing on this physical dimension in this physical body is to bring about the manifestation of awakening, to assist you in awakening and restoring yourself to love, the function of love as a creating intelligence. And I'll spend the rest of my physical life allowing these beings to teach through me, because I'm just transmitting information I'm receiving. I'm not a very smart person. All I'm doing is transmitting information that I'm receiving. And I've agreed to do this to give humanity the opportunity to elevate itself from fear to love. Because the more we live in fear, the greater our suffering. The less we live in fear, the greater our joy. And there's only two ways we can live, and that's fear or love. That's it. You keep telling me that over and over again. There's only two energies that you can create from, or two manifestations of energy, love and fear. Because energy in and of itself is neither good nor evil. But when we convert it into a manifestation of fear or love, then it becomes an experience of our creation. But yeah, I'm glad you found us. Remember, if you're new, remember to share, like, and subscribe. Share this information with other people. All of these videos, for those of you on TikTok, all of these live events are posted on my YouTube channel under live events. So you can go and review these anytime on my YouTube channel. But I'm always live Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday, unless there's something else that has come up that has to be attended to, as might be the case in the next couple of weeks. In fact, I know there will be a couple of interruptions in the next couple of weeks, but generally speaking, we are live Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, Saturdays, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And they said to go live as opposed to recording and posting videos, because the authenticity of consistency and information is revealed in a live event more than it's revealed in a recorded event. Recorded events, they say, can be contrived and manipulated to look and sound and have a certain flair to them to make people be conditioned in a very specific way. They said in live events that information would come through authentically, without interruption, and with a level of clarity that those who are ready to understand and receive will. Somebody saying, thank you so much. You've been an inspiration for so long. It is wonderful to know my guide's name. A dream come true. May you be blessed. You're very welcome. Everybody has guides. Everybody has access to the angelic realm. Everybody has access to God. Please, why do you think there is a God or Allah? Because you have a connection with it. And you must make your connection with them sacred. Very important. Doesn't matter what guide, God, entity, deity, you want to choose beings to connect to that function on the energy of love. There are beings that function and live and thrive on the energy of fear. As you can see on planet Earth, there's lots of people thriving on war, thriving on your suffering, thriving on pain. They get wealthy, they get powerful from it on this dimension. And there's people on this planet that function from love, and they get wealthy and powerful from functioning from love. Right? It's really beautiful we get to do this. I'm really honored and privileged. I'm really honored and privileged to be able to serve you guys. I really am. You're very welcome. Someone's asking me, how do I know if I can connect with spirit guides like you do? How do you know? Everyone has a connection. You all have a connection to realms of information, both of love and fear. Everyone does. Everyone. I'm not special in that regard. But you need to teach your mind and your body certain practices so that you can gain access to the information your guides, your angels, the ascended masters may have for you. Most people only believe the world of information, what they see, hear, smell, touch, and taste is the only place you're going to get information from is the physical world. But that's only one dimension. Then there's the world of thought. That's what the ascended were saying earlier. Then there's the world of thought. That's another dimension of information, the invisible realm. So you need to train yourself to put your mind and body aside so that your awareness is free to explore and receive information beyond the 5 physical senses. This is all taught in our masterclasses. The process of what the mechanism, what are the process you actually have to go through to teach your mind and teach your body and teach your awareness how to access these other realms of information and experience. Sign up for our masterclass. The Masterclass 102 Liberation begins November 18th, and it will help you shed and release all of the old emotions that you're holding on to that prevent you from exploring beyond your suffering. Most people only deal with their pain and their suffering. You're not meant to suffer. You came here to create. And the Ascended Masters will teach you this throughout the program. Those that come through ourselves and our instructors will show you and give you experiences to connect to your guides and your angels. You're not alone, not for a minute. But because you believe your thoughts and your body you think that's all there is to you, then you're just stuck with your own thoughts. No wonder why you feel alone. If you think your thoughts are the only place you can get information and experience from, of course you're going to feel alone. I lived like that for a good chunk of my biological life. It doesn't matter what age you are. The younger you are, the more connected the quicker you can get connected to your guides and angels. The younger you are biologically, the easier it is for you to get connected. Why is that? Because you don't have as much stuff in your mind that you think you know. Between ages 0 and 5, all of your talents, clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, claircognizance, all of those things are available to you from ages 0 to age 5. After age 5, the environment has begun imposing itself on you so sufficiently that you lose connection. A lot of people lose connection to these other realms of dimensions of information because the environment stimulates or overstimulates you to the world of the senses, the world of thought. So you get lost in thought, you get lost in matter, and you're disconnected from these other realms. But they're still there, and you can learn to reconnect to them. Any of you can learn to reconnect to those other realms of information. Yes, everyone can. Bittersweet frequencies, yeah. My father's died a few days ago. Does he maybe have a message for me? I'm feeling this great joy that he wants you to enjoy the rest of your life. Enjoy your life. I'm complete. He's saying, I'm complete. I'm in joy as well. I'm in joy as well. And I want you to be in joy. Be in joy. Be in joy. Be in joy. Like he's just repeating that like really loud. I don't want to yell it the way he's yelling it, but it's not yelling like critical yelling. It's like yelling out like, be in joy, right? Be in joy, be in joy, be in joy, be in joy. He wants you to be in joy. He's in joy. He's remembering who he is now. You don't have to wait until your body ceases to exist to know who you are. Don't wait. So many people have gone through so many lifetimes trying to find out who you are through matter, time, and space. You're not going to know yourself from matter, time, and space alone. You have to access information beyond what you know to know what you do not know. Buddha tells me this all the time. People need to know what they do not know. They have to stop knowing. He said, William, you got to teach them that. They have to stop knowing that they know and be embracing what they do not know. Embrace that you do not know. And then you'll start to introduce great change into your life. When you introduce what you do not know into your life, you'll create change. Wow, I like that. Thank you. I got time for 2 more questions. I got a skedoodle. I dreamed my man was going to sleep with my friend, and it happens. How can I get it out of my head? Well, let it go. I mean, like I said, change. The only thing you get in creation is change. The only thing you get in creation is change. And every single soul, I don't care who you are, whether you're part of the alphabet community or your whatever your religious background or your financial, every single soul on this physical dimension has no choice but to learn to create. Every single soul. You are on even ground in that you are all here to learn the function of creation, how to execute creation. And in that sense, you are all equal. In the way in which you employ that function is what gives you the illusions of differences. That one who's learned to create in a specific way becomes very wealthy. Another that learns to create in a specific way becomes very depressed. Understanding your function of creation is essential for you to thrive and exist in the realm of this dimension and to enjoy the journey of creation. Oh, thank you. Someone's asking, are we meant to move away from Florida? My family and I have been talking about it, and we're not quite sure what state. If so, what state are we living in, which is our highest timeline? I'm being told to tell you that you need to sit down, release your attachment to being anywhere specific, and connect to the feeling that you would feel, connect or create the feeling that you would feel if you are in the place where you are the most fulfilled. That is to connect to your feeling of fulfillment and let the vibration of that energy begin to assert a measure of change in your environment. As to this place you call Florida that you are currently existing in, we feel very strongly that it is a place for you to be, to not seek to escape that. But in the vibration of fulfillment, which you can generate the conditions of where you will go and how you will go there, will be a product of creation. But you are free to choose any energy from which your experiences are created. How then is the feeling of fulfillment inside of you? Be connected to the energy of fulfillment, the energy of you have all that you require to be in that energy, to remain in that energy, and to allow that energy to emanate out from you, that the conditions that that energy represents may be brought into manifestation. For you must stay connected to an emotional quality sufficiently enough for it to become a functional part of your physical reality. Wow. Thank you so much. Well, guys, it's been an awesome blast. I want to say thank you to everybody for coming out. I want to wish you all much love. I'll look forward to seeing you guys on Wednesday, a shortcut for your soul. What does meditate? Okay, I will. Somebody's telling me to answer this question. What does meditating do for us? Meditating gives you, it's what liberates you from being subjective to your mind and body. Meditation loans itself to teaching you to being free from your mind and body so that you can access information with which you can create your conditions of existence. So meditating is you teaching your mind and body to become the vehicle to your will, rather than you feeling like you are the so-called prisoner or slave of your mind and body. As so many of you believe you are a slave to your mind and body, because you are, until you awaken and teach your mind and body to be still, to be quiet, to be peaceful, to be open and receptive to your awareness, to teach your mind and body the way you need them to think and do and be. And meditation is the foundation upon which you can learn that function, that mind and body are designed to be your servants, not your masters. Your mind and body are designed to be your servants, not your masters. I wish you everybody much love. Have yourself a wonderful and a joyful day. I want to thank all the guides and beings that came through, spoke with me today and spoke to you today. And I want to wish you much, much love. See you guys on Wednesday. Bye-bye.